I'm pretty sure by now that everybody's seen the Wendy Williams documentary. You know what I mean? And I actually had clips that I wanted to play for everybody, but because of the network, YouTube was blocking a lot of stuff. But I know that you guys seen it. Um and I just wanted to ask you guys your honest opinion about how you felt about the documentary. A lot of people was asking me like what I felt about it, and I really wanted to show certain clips. But when I tried to upload those clips to YouTube as a tester, they was blocking me, and I wouldn't have been allowed to put certain clips in the video. But there was a couple of things that had like stood out to me. One, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people didn't like that they shared the documentary. I honestly felt like that's the only thing that's gonna save her right now. Because when you have the courts involved, right, they're gonna favor the courts. I think by them showing these type of images that it worked in her favor. You know what I'm saying? I think that now it's gonna make people revisit guardianship from strangers. You feel me? Because I felt like when I watched the documentary, I felt like the guardianship did more harm than good. What's the point of having a guardianship if the person that you appoint, and the person in this case that they appointed was Will? I wasn't really big on Will. Now I'm not gonna say that there was not moments that I can identify with. I felt like he acted like he cared, but I just didn't feel like when the cameras went off he was that Will. Because when the cameras came on, I didn't understand how the liquor was getting there. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly speaking. And I mean, I know that she had cash money in the house. I know that she can Uber Eats. But if you know this is a problem as a manager, right? Then maybe you should spend your nights there and not your days there. Every time this nigga came to the house, he was Louis V'd out, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and all this type of shit. Like, bro, like, I wasn't really impressed by her in your custody. I'm just being honest. That was just my honest critique on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, he was making sure liquor wasn't in there when the cameras was rolling. But then when the cameras was off and you came there, nigga, she was drunk. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that was really fucked up. Another person that I really did not like and I totally despised was the publicist, Shawn. Bitch, you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem, and you are the definition of clout. I hate that word, right? I say that now because a lot of people feel like, yo, too, you clout chase when it's the furthest thing from that. But I seen for the first time in my life what clout was. The moment they asked this bitch about the management and shit, she went into managerial just mode. You flew this lady out to LA to put her in front of a conglomerate, you know what I'm saying, or whatever network, to show her feet. It was terrible. It was terrible on so many different levels. But at the same time, as ugly as her exploitation was, I feel like that's the only thing that's going to be able to save her. Because what we got to understand that right now, sometimes public opinion trumps court shit. This would be something that would get the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? Her son, he's young. It is nowhere in the world that he's going to know how to completely take care of his mama. But what I do know is that when she was in his care, I felt like she was the most alert. Yes, 100K on Uber Eats may be expensive. Now, this is per year. However, you got to also understand who he might have been Uber eating for. When you're talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner for him and Wendy, that could kind of get expensive. And we know Wendy. Wendy ain't just ordering Burger King. You know what I'm saying? Wendy probably ordering from restaurants that cost bread because of the person that she was for. So for people to hold him responsible for that, it kind of irked me. You know what I'm saying? Because there are things that he has to learn. But one thing that I will say is throughout that whole 4-part documentary, him, the niece, and the nephew tugged at my heart the most. The nephew was flat out just hurt. When they finally got to part 4 and they had to sit down, Kevin and the nephew didn't even know what to say, bro. Like, you could just see the hurt on that man's face, bro. You could just really see it. The niece don't need nothing from Wendy. She making her own bag. I really feel like it's genuine what she feel about her auntie. You feel me? Like, dead ass fucking serious. What I feel with this whole situation, I just gotta sum it up. I really feel like Heartbreak triggered Whitney. I said Whitney. I'm sorry, Wendy, because I'm looking at Whitney and Wendy beefing. But I really think Heartbreak triggered Wendy. It broke my heart when she called her brother Kevin. It just lets you know that there's some trauma there. You feel me? Like, dead ass serious. As much as I didn't want to see Wendy in that light, I'm happy that the world was able to see that she really don't have a positive, you know what I'm saying, guardian that's overseeing her. There's no way in the world that you could be a guardian, but Wendy was able to leave New York to go to Cali. These people just getting her money, bro. I don't like it. I don't know if the niece in the family is getting a show. And if they are, that's their business. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is that this is terrible as fuck. To see somebody work all their fucking life, and I'm not talking about how tumultuous. I mean, we know Wendy wasn't the best at all times. But we can say she was good at her job. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But I have never seen somebody like not have a say-so in their own life in this world, bro. You can bust your ass and you can work for it all. And at the end of the day, these people can still take it from you. So, like, when I be doing this Sister Sunday shit and I be talking about that we all we got, it's the truth. This is proof in the pudding. It don't matter how rich you are. If you don't got a support system, bro, and you're not trying to goddamn get together, bro, to make something big and special, it's not going to matter. And if y'all don't understand anything, bro, I hope y'all understand that type of shit. For real. She's mean to the staff. She's rude. But you got to understand at this point, she has full-on dementia. She don't even know half of the fuck what she's doing half of the time. But that's not my point I'm making. I'm saying that you guys can make you can make the best out of your lives and somebody else can still take it from you. That's the reality of the shit. And that's what broke my heart. Like, dead ass fucking serious. Like, I have never seen nothing like this in my life. Usually you think your next of kin and shit is gonna have privilege. This shit, it blows my motherfucking mind. I don't understand it. But I want to know in the comments right now, what did you guys feel about the documentary? Do you feel like it should have been aired or it shouldn't have been aired? I want to know. Passion Twist, you haven't watched it yet. I seen people saying they haven't watched it, so I ain't spilling any guts. But I want to know. I want to know. See, what you guys don't understand is that is no matter how much jewelry we wear, right? Know how much, it don't matter how many barriers we feel like we have broken. When it matters most, we don't even have access to our own funds. Niggas be so quick to want to spend $60K on a necklace. Do you not see that these people can get your whole motherfucking bag? And I don't think that's what people not understanding. We be so busy arguing with each other that we don't even see the big picture. We don't even have control over our own funds, my nigga. Do y'all not get that shit? even have control over our own money, my nigga. I feel sorry for Wendy. In any other circumstance, I would have said not to exploit her. But in this particular circumstance, I am happy that they did it. Because I think this is proof that the guardianship is not working in the court's favor. To me, she's spiraling. To me, she's worse off when she's under this guardianship. I seen a completely different Wendy when she was with her family. Point blank, bottom line, this is some bullshit. Like, for real, for real. And I don't understand this type of shit, but this is serious as fuck, y'all. And in some way, in the back of my mind, as many people that say that she is suffering from dementia, I feel like she made this documentary happen for a reason. I don't know why, but something is steering me there. I feel like she wanted this to happen so people can see. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, because this is some terrible shit. And that's just all I got to say about that, bro. This is some terrible shit. But I think that there's some Wendy still in there. And I think Wendy is the type of woman who will play along with the bullshit. I swear to God. Yes, I did watch the whole thing. I think it matters too. I don't agree with them trying to put her on a podcast. It was something that really troubled me in the documentary. When her son and her nephew was sitting at dinner, and she made the comment that I gotta make this money for me and Will. That bothered me. That bothered me a lot. I don't like that nigga. I'm just gonna be real. But that's just my overall synopsis over that shit. I'm hoping and I'm praying that when she get out of this rehab, that the family have a little bit more access to her. And I'm hoping that she relocate with her family. Yeah, Will gave me real creepy vibes. I don't like that nigga. I don't like him. And I'm gonna tell you, the moments that I would be thinking that he's okay, right? He would do something to make me say nah. Like the moment at the table when he was asking her, do you think he gonna show up? Talking about her son. It's them type of moments where I felt like this nigga was like a real snake type nigga. You dig? When she was in rehab and she wanted to talk to him and shit, the way that he tried to brush her off for the interview, yeah, man, it's something about that nigga that I don't like, bro. And that's just my personal opinion on that. Y'all drop it down. I want to know. I want to know how y'all feel about it. Seriously, that was crazy. Before we get off this bitch, though, I will say one of my biggest moments that I felt like where I got the most emotional in a whole documentary will probably be the moment when her and Chyna. Wendy had said some real off-the-wall shit with Chyna, but when Chyna said, I personally needed to lay my eyes on you, that hit home. That was something different for me. I had watched Whitney, that whole documentary, right? I had even watched her niece come in there. And I watched her niece say, I love you, like a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? But I did not see Wendy light up like how she lit up when Chyna was there. I'm going to be honest with you. It was something that was really surreal about that moment. And then I love the moment where when Wendy took her boot off and showed her Chyna her feet. How Chyna just really didn't hesitate to embrace her. That was another moment that stood out to me. And then the last moment was like when Chyna just went to go lay on her and Wendy embraced her. That was another moment that was really special to me. And it's crazy because like we see Tokyo Tony and I had never seen a moment so special between two people. You feel me? The way Chyna just was staring at her, the way she stared back, that type of shit can't be scripted, bro. That was special for me. But that also lets me know like the importance of us and why we got to do better as black women together. Because as you can see, this is two different age brackets, right? This is two different walks of life. And for some reason, they bonded and they jailed. And that was a moment that was real special, bro. That's all I can say about that, man. I want to know how y'all feel. I'm really proud of Chyna. I only want to say Chyna. I want to say Angela now. I feel like Angela have came a long way, and I don't feel like it's just a gimmick. I feel like it's what she needed, and I love that in her, and you could see it in her, when in that documentary. But yeah, that shit was lit. But that's all I got to say on that. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. I appreciate everybody feedback. We about to get into this last video right now, but yeah.